Here's what every veteran driver knows that you don't. Open your phone right now and pull up a fuel price app. Gas Buddy, Trucker Path. Whatever you use, you see it. That cheap station. The one that's 40 cents cheaper per gallon than the truck stop down the road. Every instinct tells you, pull in, fill up, save money. That cheap station might be the most expensive fuel decision you ever make. And I'm not talking about a few dollars. I'm talking about injector damage that runs $8,000. Fuel pump failures that sideline your truck for 2 weeks. Repair bills that wipe out 6 months of savings from one bad tank of fuel. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on how diesel fuel actually works. Why the price tag on the pump tells you almost nothing about what's really inside that tank. And the system smart drivers use to find fuel that is genuinely cheap, not just cheap looking. The big secret about diesel. Here's something that will surprise most people outside the trucking world. All diesel fuel in a region comes from the same place, the same pipeline, the same terminal, the same massive storage tanks. That Pilot Flying J down the road? That independent mom-and-pop station on the highway exit? They're almost certainly pulling from the same fuel supply. A fuel hauler on Truckers Report explained it plainly. He loads Walmart, Shell, Marathon, and Pilot all from the same rack. The base fuel is identical, so if the base fuel is the same, why does one station charge 40 cents more per gallon? 2 reasons: additives and volume. Here's where it gets interesting. The difference between a quality diesel supplier and a cheap one isn't the fuel itself. It's what gets added to that fuel, and whether anything gets added at all. Big name stations and major truck stop chains add what are called additive packages to their fuel. Anti-foaming agents, cetane boosters, detergents that clean your injectors over time, lubricity improvers that protect your fuel pump at pressures up to 35,000 pounds per square inch. Smaller stations, budget stops, and some independent locations. They buy the baseline diesel with 0 additives. It meets the federal minimum, it's legal, but it's not the same product you're getting at a top-tier supplier. And before you ask, no, the pump doesn't tell you which one you're getting. Let me introduce you to a number that every trucker should know, and almost nobody talks about at the fuel island. The cetane number. Think of cetane like the octane rating in gasoline. Except for diesel, it measures how quickly the fuel ignites when it's injected into the cylinder. The higher the cetane number, the faster and cleaner the burn. The lower it is, the harder your engine has to work. More vibration, more wear, longer ignition delay. Over time, lower cetane fuel tears up your injectors. The federal minimum cetane rating for diesel in the United States is 40. That's the floor. Many premium fuels advertise a cetane rating of 47 or higher. Here's the part that should make you angry. According to research cited by truckinfo.net, one study found a premium branded diesel with a cetane rating of only 35, below the federal minimum for regular diesel. And of 34 premium diesel brands tested by major refiners, only one met all 5 NCWM standards for premium fuel. 33 out of 34 fell short. You paid premium prices. You got below standard fuel. And your engine paid the real price. Heavy Duty Trucking magazine puts it this way: Cummins and Volvo both recommend top-tier diesel fuel, a voluntary certification program where retailers commit to meeting higher standards on stability, lubricity, detergency, water content, and particulates. That sticker matters, and most cheap stations don't have it. Now let's talk about the thing that can destroy your truck completely, and it has nothing to do with the price on the sign. Water in your diesel. It sounds simple. Water gets in diesel. That's bad. But most drivers don't understand how common this is, how it happens, or what it actually costs when it goes wrong. Here's how water gets into a fuel station's underground storage tank. Temperature swings throughout the day cause the air above the fuel to expand and contract. As warm, humid air is pulled into the tank and then cools, moisture condenses on the tank walls and drips into the fuel. This happens every single day in every storage tank in America. On top of that, deteriorating tank seals, groundwater infiltration through cracks, and poor maintenance practices at individual stations can all introduce significant amounts of free water. Water that sinks to the bottom of the tank and sits there. And here's the killer detail for truckers. Modern high-pressure fuel injectors run at pressures up to 35,000 pounds per square inch. At those pressures, even small amounts of water stop being harmless. Water doesn't lubricate. It corrodes. It causes metal-on-metal contact in precision components built to tolerances measured in microns. And in severe cases, slugs of water reaching the injector tip can cause them to actually explode. One repair shop source puts it this way: water corrodes metal fuel system components including tanks, lines, pumps, and injectors. And modern diesel systems are far less forgiving than older mechanical systems. Older trucks could sometimes survive water exposure. New ones often cannot. The bill for replacing a set of injectors on a Class 8 diesel engine? Anywhere from $8,000 to $15,000 depending on the truck. Now here's the connection to price. A station doing high volume, a busy truck stop moving tens of thousands of gallons per day, has fuel that cycles through its tanks constantly. The fuel never sits long enough for significant water buildup or degradation. A slow, cheap station with low turnover? That fuel might be sitting in the ground for weeks, and every day it sits, the contamination risk grows. A fleet maintenance source gives the best advice. When the fuel pump flows unusually slowly, that's a red flag for a low fuel level in the tank. Slow pump, old fuel, old tank. Walk away. Why the cheapest price isn't always the cheapest fuel. Here's the part of this story that blows new drivers' minds every single time. The pump price you see at any station in America is not the real price you pay for that fuel. This is because of IFTA, the International Fuel Tax Agreement. It's a compact between 48 states and 10 Canadian provinces that governs how fuel taxes are collected and redistributed from interstate trucking operations. Here's how it works. When you buy diesel, you pay that state's fuel tax at the pump. But under IFTA, you're actually taxed based on where you drive, not where you buy. Every quarter, you file a report showing miles driven per state and fuel purchased per state. If you bought most of your fuel in a low-tax state, but drove most of your miles in a high-tax state, you owe the difference. If it's the reverse, you get money back. What this means in practice is that a state with expensive pump prices, but high fuel taxes, can actually be cheaper to fuel in than a state with cheap pump prices and low taxes, because you'll recover more tax money through your IFTA credits. The Haul and Assets podcast illustrated this perfectly with a real example. Retail diesel in Illinois showed at $2.94 per gallon with a tax rate of 61.6 cents. Missouri showed at $2.60, cheaper on the sign. But Missouri's tax rate was only 17 cents. After IFTA adjustment, Illinois fuel cost $2.32 per gallon effective. Missouri, $2.43. Illinois was actually 11 cents per gallon cheaper, despite the higher pump price. As of 2026, state diesel taxes range from around 18 cents per gallon in Alaska to over $1 per gallon in California. The difference between fueling on one side of a state line versus the other can be enormous. Smart drivers don't chase the cheap sign. They run the IFTA adjusted numbers and fuel where it actually costs less. Here's a secret that makes independent owner-operators furious when they find out about it. When you walk up to the pump at a Pilot Flying J and pay the posted retail price, the Schneider truck fueling right behind you is paying something completely different. Big fleets, J.B. Hunt, Werner, Schneider, Amazon Freight, negotiate direct volume discounts with fuel networks. They might be getting 25, 30, even 40 cents per gallon off the posted retail price. every time they fuel, at every location. That's the game that's been running for decades that small operators and new drivers don't see. But here's the good news. You can play it too. Fuel cards for truckers now offer discount networks that are open to independent operators. The Pilot Flying J Axle Card, Comdata, EFS, and apps like Mudflap all offer per-gallon discounts ranging from 8 cents to over 40 cents per gallon depending on the location and your volume. Fleet Collect's 2026 Fuel Card Comparison Report shows that a truck averaging 6 miles per gallon and running 120,000 miles per year burns approximately 20,000 gallons of diesel annually. At a discount of just 15 cents per gallon, that's $3,000 in savings per year per truck. A 10-truck fleet saves $30,000 annually. At 40 cents per gallon, which is achievable at some TA/Petro locations through programs like Comdata, the savings are staggering. The drivers paying retail at the pump are the ones who don't know what game is being played. So let's put this all together. Here's how experienced owner-operators actually approach fueling. First, they never chase the cheapest number on the sign. They chase IFTA-adjusted cost, fuel quality, and network discounts. That math, not the pump price, determines what fuel actually costs. Second, they prioritize high-volume stations. A truck stop moving 100,000 gallons a day has fuel that cycles fast. Fresh fuel, clean tanks, consistent additive packages. Slow stations with empty fuel islands are a risk that experienced drivers don't take. Third, they know the signs of a bad fuel stop. Slow pump flow means low tank level. That's sediment country. Rusty tank vents, dirty equipment, neglected facilities. If they can't maintain what you can see, they're definitely not maintaining what you can't. Fourth, they use fuel cards. Every independent owner-operator should be on a fuel discount network. The math is non-negotiable. At 20,000 gallons a year, every penny per gallon is $200 annually. At 40 cents off, that's $8,000 back in your pocket. No card is universally best. The right one depends on your routes. But running without one in 2026 is leaving money on the table. Fifth, in winter, they watch for gelling and additive coverage. Most major truck stops sell winterized diesel blended for local temperatures. Cheap regional stations may not. One dead fuel filter in January on a mountain pass is worth more in lost revenue than a full tank of premium fuel. And finally, they understand that the $70,000 or more that a typical owner-operator spends annually on diesel is the single biggest line item in their business. It deserves strategy, not impulse decisions at the highway exit. The app that shows you the cheapest fuel nearby is not showing you the cheapest fuel. It's showing you the cheapest price. Those are two very different things. So the next time you see that cheap station and your hand reaches for the turn signal, ask yourself what you actually know about what's in those tanks. Is the fuel fresh? Is it additivized? Is that tank being maintained? What's the IFTA adjusted price on your route? And what's the real cost if you save 40 cents a gallon today and spend $12,000 on injectors next month? Experienced drivers ask those questions. That's why they're still profitable after 1,000,000 miles. What about you? Do you run a fuel strategy or do you still chase the cheapest sign? Drop it in the comments. I want to hear how you handle fuel decisions on the road. And if this video helped you think about trucking differently, hit that subscribe button. Every week, I cover the real economics and real decisions that separate drivers who make money from the ones who work hard and still come up short. See you next time.